Yeah, so I'm Toby with Cuttle.XYZ. This is relatively new software to the scene, so I thought that with this presentation, I would try to describe sort of what Cuddle is and why you might want to use it or why you might want to add it to your arsenal of laser software. I might go pretty fast, but I understand that this is being recorded, so we'll have a recording of it, so you can look back on it. The first thing that most people have been using Cuddle with is our collection of templates, which let you generate personalized cut files. So I'll just do a demo. So these ones have been really popular, especially with ornament season. Like this one has been super, super popular. It lets you just type in like some names, if I can type, and change the shape on the top. And then you can just, when you're ready, you just download it, and then it's ready to cut on your Glowforge. All of these have lots of different features, different options. So whether it's changing the year or including the hole on top or changing the sizes of things or the fonts, these are all things that can be adjusted. I'll show just one more just for, so this one's probably our second most popular one right now that lets you type in any name and then type in things that can go around the outside of it. It's the default for this one is single line text, which is you can then score, so then that's much faster than engraving. Yeah, so there's this rotation part where you can rotate things around. Someone also requested being able to like flip the one on the bottom, so we'll probably work on that. That should be in a week or two. Yeah, it's been great. Like we started a Facebook group like a month ago, and people have been asking like, oh, can you do this or that? And then that's great because then it tells us what we need to do. So we've been getting a really nice feedback loop going with that. In addition to like all these text-based ones, cake toppers also are really popular. There are also all these box designs. So for example, these boxes, the hinge is built in, and everything is customizable. So you can say, well, I want one that's 5 inches wide and 4 inches deep. Oh, and my material thickness isn't 0.125. I measured it with my calipers, and it's actually 0.135 or something. And then all of the tabs will adjust. So these have been cool. I like this one where you can adjust the number of sides. So it can be 8 sides, or this one's 5 sides. Adjust the height of it. This one comes with this mandala pattern that you can tweak a little bit also if you like. So there are a bunch of these templates, and this is sort of like, I feel like the first thing that people latch onto, which is great because it's a way, if you're not comfortable with design software, you can quickly make something that's personalized. If you are comfortable with design software, you can make it much faster. So we have a lot of customers who have been using Illustrator for a long time, but still appreciate being able to quickly make different personalized items. Like that tree has been like super popular beyond what we could have ever imagined. This person on our Facebook, I just grabbed a couple of Facebook screenshots last night, and it was, she made 80 of them, and she's selling them for $20. She can't believe that people are paying 20, but they will. Going back to that pricing conversation, like everyone, you never know what your customer is willing to pay. This person was making these split ones and sold 200 of them, so it's really cool to see more ornaments. Yeah, a lot of people telling us that it's about the time saving that you get by being able to quickly customize your designs. So that's the first quick half of my presentation. So it's a collection of templates, but it's also an entire web-based vector editor. And in fact, all of the templates that are on Cuddle were made with the Cuddle editor. And so I wanted to use the second half of this presentation to talk about the editor and sort of show how you can make your own templates. So if you're familiar with Illustrator or Inkscape already, I think Cuddle will feel familiar because it uses a lot of the same concepts. And it is, I think, almost entirely as capable as those programs, at least for cut design. You know, it's not made for graphic design, doesn't have gradients and stuff, but like it has everything that you need for cut design because we designed it for that. So when you're signed in, you have sort of all the projects that you've made. I'm going to start a new blank project. So there are all these shapes on the left-hand side that you can drag into the canvas, and you can resize things. So it's sort of similar to Inkscape or Illustrator in that aspect. It has a pen tool like Inkscape or Illustrator, so you can make shapes like that, or make your Bezier curves with the handles. In addition to these sort of basic features, there are also these modifiers, and these will allow you to, for example, rotational repeat will take any shape and repeat it any number of times around a center point, and you can move where the center point is. And these can be combined, so I can have like this rotational repeat and then also put like outline stroke. What outline stroke does is it takes any shape and turns it into something with thickness. So you can change the thickness, so it's 0.1 inches, but I can make it any thickness. And then sort of the interesting thing about Cuddle compared to Illustrator is that all of these modifiers are live or non-destructive, which means that I can go back and say, this original path that I did, I want to tweak it, so I'm going to double click on that. And then I can do all of my edits to the original shape, and then all of the rotational repeat and the outline stroke are still applying to that thing. So in Illustrator, you have to undo and then remake your shape from the beginning and sort of repeat your steps. So that's an interesting difference with Cuddle from some of those other tools. In addition, there are lots of other shapes that Cuddle comes with besides these basic ones, and a lot of these are designed for laser cutting. So I think like one that I've gotten so much leverage out of is this connected text. And what this does is it lets you type in any word, and the eyes will automatically, like all of the letters will automatically be connected, which you often need, for cutting, because otherwise the dot's going to go away. this works with any font. So I can choose any font, and it will connect those things, even non-handwriting fonts will get connected. Handwriting fonts look better, though, I think. It also has this thicken feature, so you can quickly just thicken your text, which you sometimes need to do for like fonts that are very thin. So I wanted to show quickly how to go about making your own templates. So this came up on our Facebook group. Somebody asked for I guess she was making a lot of gift tags. So she'd have the name of the person, and then she wanted to have a hole so that she could put the string through it. And then she wanted to be able to make these like really quickly because she had a lot to make for her order. So the way that I would go about this, so I would take this. I'm going to show some other features that I like to use. So one of them is that, like Illustrator, there's fill and stroke. I'm going to fill this with black, and I'm going to put this together as if it's all, I just want to know, I'm essentially going to fill with black everything that I want to be material. So I'm going to pull out a circle, and I'm going to say the hole is going to be 0.15 inches, and I'm going to turn the stroke instead of hairline, which is like a very thin. I'm going to turn that off, and I'm going to be able to change the thickness of this stroke. And instead of centered, I'm going to put it around the outside. So I know that my inner hole is 0.15, and then the thickness of this, I'll say it's going to be 0.12. And I'm going to just sort of move that to be where I want it on the name. And then a cool thing about this is I can just select all of these. And so normally, right, if you sent this to your laser cutter, it would just cut out sort of what's highlighted in blue here. But I can go to Modify and use this one called Flatten, which is sort of, it's similar to a lot of the Pathfinder kinds of things, but it just takes whatever is in any color and turns it into something that can be cut. And if you check this stroke result, then it turns it into something that has a stroke on it. So this is now ready to be cut on the Glowforge. You can even copy and paste this into Glowforge and just cut it. There's that. And then I wanted to show how you would go about making this into your own template for, this person asked she needed to be making a lot of these. So to do that, so right now this is a group that has the flatten modifier on it consisting of this circle and the connected text. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take the text, I'm going to click on this ... and say extract as a parameter. A parameter is like a thing that you can change in the template interface. So I'm going to pull that out. By default, it has the name text, but I can make it, I'll call that the name. So it's going to take whatever is in here and use that for the text on this connected text. You can pull out other things too. So maybe I want to maybe have the font as something that can be changed from the template interface. And also, as you're typing different names, the hole might be in the wrong place. So I'm just going to select this hole, and I'm going to say the position of it, which is where it is on the canvas, I can make that into a parameter. So I'm going to extract that as a parameter. And then every Cuddle project has this README area where you can type notes about, what your thing is and put pictures in. So I'll often, put photos of my test cuts as I'm doing a project to keep track of things. But then the nice thing about it is you can also embed one of these components. So I had made these two components in the just now. I'm going to put this one that has my text. And then you can even go ahead and share this. So I'm going to name it gift tag. I'm going to go ahead and just make this public, and I'll share the URL so you guys can play with it on your computers. Everything is web-based, which is nice, so you can quickly like share things with people. And when you all see it, it'll be in this packaged view at first, so it'll look like this. It'll look like all the other Cuddle templates. And so I've made this so now I can type in whatever text I want. I can adjust where that hole is. You could add other parameters. Maybe I want to be able to customize the size of the hole, or customize the thickness that's on the text.
Toby, can we import our own fonts?
Yes. Yes. So there's this add font, and then that lets you upload a TTF or OTF file, any font file, and then it'll show up in my fonts. So I guess it's just on your account, because we can't have people sharing the fonts for licensing.
What's that called?
I love glitter.
Oh, that's cute. $15 a month or something?
Yes. Yeah, 15 a month. So I noticed something else here. This hole is getting the letter is on top of the hole, and I want this to be a full circle. So I'm going to make an adjustment to that. So this circle, I'm going to give it a fill that's white, and then now the fill will cover up the other part. So instead of having to deal with like, oh, I'm going to be subtracting this from that, you can just make something white and layer it on top. And then, so that's a feature I like. So you can, like, if you have like a black circle and then you want to cut something out of it, I can just make this fill be white. And then if I run flatten on that, it will cut it out. How much time do we have?
5 minutes.
5 minutes. I could do questions, or I could like make another thing. Do people have questions? Yeah.
What do they save as? SVGs or
SVGs. Yeah.
And so something like this, we could then, like, say I use a CNC as well, so I could definitely use a file like this and transfer it to a V card.
Sure. Yeah, I think so. If it does SVGs, we can make PDFs and DXFs also. And if there's another file format you want, we can probably do that if it's requested by enough people. Any of these will be openable in Illustrator. They're vector files, or an SVG. You could open it in Illustrator.
Would you have the ability to create, like, I know there's already box templates in there, but like, say if I wanted something different, could we be able to? I mean, I know with more knowledge, but can we create our own?
Yeah.
In the whole...
Yeah. So this isn't something that's like totally baked yet. Like, we haven't like officially released it, but we've been sort of experimenting with it. Like a whole kit for making finger joints. So these are like finger joints that you can pull out. And there's one that lets you take anything and apply these are, we need like tutorials on this and stuff, but you can essentially make your own things with finger joints, and then after the fact, you can change the material thickness, and then all your finger joints will change or change your tab width. So this is like the building blocks that we use to make, these kinds of projects. We need to package this better and do some tutorials about it. But if you want to experiment, I can send you this file and you can play with it. Sorry?
Is it limited to a certain?
No, so it's just an infinite canvas. You can zoom in and out. So unlike Illustrator, we didn't. Well, does Illustrator have an infinite canvas? I don't know, but yeah, it's just however big you want to make things. But generally, it starts out in inches. You can change it to millimeters.
And there's a free. You get 4 free, or how many designs with your free trial?
So you can create a free account and use the editor. A bunch of these are free, like this keychain generator you can do with a free account. Some of the templates are pro only, so you need the $15 a month membership. Yeah. No, the editor you can use for free. There are some limitations. You can't upload images, and you can't upload your own fonts on the free tier. But if you have, we only have one membership, and then if you have that, you get all of our features, all of our templates. So it'll just work the same way it would in Illustrator. So if you have multiple shapes and I want to weld or union those, it's just multiple ways of doing the same thing. So it depends on maybe what you're doing or just what workflow you prefer. Definitely as things get more complicated, I like to use the flatten because I can so like if I'm making an ornament, I can just give it a thickness and I can use my connected text and give it a fill. Maybe like a line. And give that a thickness. And then just going to grab my circle here. Yeah. So then I can just get all those things together and then do the flatten. And then that's ready to go. Once again, you can then make the text customizable. I should have it centered.
So you can take an image, like if I have an SVG, like say for a pumpkin or
Yep.
I'm doing pumpkins now.
Sure, yeah.
Whatever. So can I bring in that image and then do the name in there like that?
Yeah, so you can bring in any SVG.
It's much easier than when I've been doing it all.
I wish you would have been there when I first started with my Glowforge. This would have saved me so many. But this is still amazing.
Oh,
I think it's especially for everyone getting. I've had some friends just got the aura, and they're already doing the little tree. And I know they don't have any experience with Inkscape or what have you. This is really cool. I mean, that's pretty much.
Yeah, I mean, like, so we made this because we were frustrated with Illustrator. We didn't like that it's not designed for cut design. It's designed for everything in graphic design. So it has all these features that you don't need, all these menu items you don't need.
All right, we have run out of time, but let's thank Toby.
Yes.
Oh, I guess if you can email me any questions. We have a Facebook group. I made a coupon code for today. If you're not already a member and you want to be, you can mini GF and 10% off your first month or year. There you have it. Yeah, thank you.
Thanks.